It's 8 o'clock, and this is the Today programme on Radio 4. The top story this morning is the Emergency Economic Summit. Heads of state from across the planet gather today to discuss the potential global crisis. We are joined down the line by Ross Phillips, our economics expert who has been dropped into the summit this morning.
Hello, Max. Can you hear me? It's not a great line.
So, Ross, has the summit already gotten underway? Has the Prime Minister arrived yet?
Well, it's hard to say, Max. It's very hectic here. Very hectic indeed.
This summit was only confirmed yesterday, so I can only imagine the chaos where you are.
Not just that, but this is my first time here, and I really was caught off guard. My flight arrived 3 hours late. I waited ages for my bag, and then I didn't understand the buses, so I tried to get a cab, but I've no idea how much it should cost to the city centre, and every driver quoted a different price. Are you meant to haggle? I don't know. Frankly, it's just nice to hear a friendly voice.
Well, that aside, has there been any indication as to an agenda for today? Do you get a feeling they'll jump right into the worsening situation in sub-Saharan Africa, or will they ease themselves in gently?
Very hard to say, Max. I only just got to the city centre. The taxi driver clearly sensed I didn't know the area and took me all round the houses. I tried to argue with him, but I couldn't make out a word of it. Not a word. I spoke as loudly and as slowly as I could, but he just refused to understand what I was saying.
But you're at the summit now. Can you give us an idea of the situation?
I don't know, to be honest. It's so confusing. None of the streets seem to be clearly marked. I'd ask a policeman for directions, but my sister-in-law told me they're all corrupt here, so I daren't go near them in case they plant drugs on me or something. You've heard the stories, Max.
Well, I'm sure the pressure of having several hundred heads of state descend on them so suddenly has put a great deal of pressure on the city.
Yeah, and it smells funny here, and people seem very aggressive. They're in the streets and shouting and beeping their car horns. I don't know if it's always like this or if it's the summit. I just don't know.
So, Ross, do you have any predictions as to what will be achieved in the next few days?
Well, if I'm lucky, I won't get food poisoning and avoid being mugged. I just tried to order a bacon sandwich in what I think was a bakery or a deli, and I can hardly describe what they gave me.
So, would you say that these...
It looked like a hockey puck wrapped in fingernails. I didn't eat it, and I don't understand the money here, so God only knows what I paid for it. I asked for HP sauce, and they looked at me like I was mad. Can you drink the water here? I'm terrified of getting a dicky tummy. I won't lie, Max. I'm a little homesick.
If we can get back to the economic situation, Ross, I'm sure the listeners at home are very interested to know just what happens next.
Well, I'm going to keep my head down and stay in my hotel room if I can. I could just do with ordering some room service and watching reruns of Top Gear on Dave. Oh God, I hope they have Dave.
But you'll have more for us on the International Summit later in the programme.
Oh yes, have no fear. Unless they don't have a news channel, and then I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll have an east-facing window.
Right, well, we'll give you a call a bit later and see where you're up to.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you for checking in, Max. Love to everyone back home.
Well, that was...
Oh God, there's someone approaching me. He's strangely clothed and has copious facial hair. No thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not interested in buying your wares.
That was our correspondent Ross Phillips reporting from the summit in Dundee.